Hello everyone, I'm Laila and today we're diving deep into the cinematic world to review Equilibrium. But before we get into it, let's take a quick look at what got us all hyped up in the first place. Check out this clip.
Libriums. There is a disease in the heart of man. Its symptom is hate. Its symptom is anger. Its symptom is rage. Its symptom is war. The disease is human emotion.
Equilibrium is a dystopian movie directed by Kurt Wimmer and it stars Christian Bale as the main character. The story? Well, it's about John Preston, a high-ranking government agent tracking down and murdering those who refuse to take the emotion-suppressing drug, Prosium. So in a city called Libria, no emotions are allowed, so they take the drug. However, one day, Preston accidentally misses a Prosium dose, and for the first time in years begins to experience emotions. This awakening drives him to question the regime's views and intentions, eventually leading him to join the underground resistance movement, attempting to undermine the authoritarian government. As the story progresses, we witness free will, the importance of emotions, and the consequences of conformity in a thought provoking and action packed narrative. What I love the most in this movie is the visual. This movie is a visual masterpiece. The cinematography by Dion Bibi is jaw-dropping. He deserves accolades for the library raid scene, which combines intense actions with stunning cinematography and visuals.
You always knew.
The stark contrast between Libria's chilly world and the vibrant, colorful world hiding underneath it makes this scenario visually stunning. As the clerics enter the underground library, they are surrounded by beautiful paintings, bookcases, and sculptures, all forbidden expressions of human emotion and creativity. The lighting in the scenario intensifies the visual impression by showering the underground environment in warm, golden tones which contrast sharply with the dreary and monotonous world above the ground. The action that occurs during the library raid is likewise visually intriguing. Furious gunfights, acrobatic fighting ways, and a dramatic confrontation stage among valuable cultural treasures are all part of the action. This sequence is renowned for its cinematography and it serves as a powerful analogy for the conflict between the emotion suppressing state and the worlds of art, literature, and human expression that it seeks to eradicate. The next one I'm going to talk about is the plot, pacing, and characters. The plot is a roller coaster ride, everyone. The pacing is thrilling, and the cast delivers stellar performances, especially Christian Bale in portraying John Preston. He is very, very, very good at expressing himself, from initially being someone with a firm and strict personality, becoming someone who couldn't bear to see violence because he accidentally forgot to take his presumed dose. The character change makes the audience amazed by Christian Bale's acting ability. Apart from that, Preston and Brown's relationship is evident and lends dimension to the story. Brown is another cleric who works with Preston. Preston's loyalty to the dictatorship wanes, and his relationship with Brown becomes complex and competitive. They are at odds because Brown is keen to learn the truth behind Preston's changing conduct. Christian Bale and Taye Diggs' acting is so brilliant that it may tear apart the audience sentiments and make them tense. Speaking of the plot, we shouldn't forget about the incredible theme of this movie. The issues of emotion versus suppression are explored in Equilibrium. We know that as living creatures, we should experience feeling, but what happens if we are not allowed to? In truth, it was arranged by the government. What would you do, viewers, if we somehow knew all of that? Will you continue to support the government? Or will you rebel? Will you fight for your freedom and right to express yourself in the face of authoritarian rule? That makes the topic of humanity key to the movie, which delves into what it means to be human in a dystopian future that suppresses emotions and individuality. The government requires using the emission-suppressing drug prosium to eliminate feelings in Libya. Separation is portrayed as a dehumanizing force that turns citizens into soulless drones that go about their daily lives without love, joy, or empathy. The movie questions whether people can thrive without feeling the full range of emotions. Next is the aspect that makes Equilibrium distinct from other movies. The director instructs the actors to fight using the gun kata style, a martial art that blends accurate gunplay with hand-to-hand combat tactics. Clerics are those who practice gun kata. In the dismal civilization of Libya, these clerics are highly trained enforcers of the oppressive dictatorship. In the movie, Vice Consul Dupont, portrayed by Angus McFadden, describes the hypothetical martial method gun kata. The gun kata sees the gun as an entire weapon, with each blade position representing a maximum kill zone, providing most damage on the most opponents while keeping the defender out of statistically traditional return fire paths. Kata itself is a Japanese term for standard karate, jujutsu, aikido, and other traditional martial arts postures. Equilibrium's gun kata is a hybrid of Wimmer's kata. Equilibrium grabs viewers' attention with its focus on little things. The presumed dispensers, showing a society that suppresses emotions, are everywhere, and the use of classical music as an emotional trigger adds something special. The white dove keeps popping up, quietly symbolizing freedom and emotion. The tetragrammaton logo shows up in different ways, reminding us to the regime's control. Also, the contrast in colors between the clean regime and the emotional world hidden beneath adds a lot of meaning, making equilibrium visually and thematically interesting for those paying close attention. Overall, Gankata is a fictional martial art created for the Equilibrium world to enhance the action sequences and contribute to the movie's dreary picture. It has become one of the movie's most noticeable and memorable parts, displaying the movie maker's originality and vision in creating a distinct and visually appealing fighting style. So, in conclusion, for me, Equilibrium is a cinematic triumph that will leave you in awe. With its compelling story, outstanding performances, and breathtaking visuals, it's a must watch for fans of dystopian movies. On a scale of 1 of 10, I'd give it a solid 9. And that's a wrap for my review of Equilibrium. What did you think of the movie? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for joining me today. Bye. See you next time.